Hey Sarah, have you returned home?
Oh, I just got off work. What's up?
I am not eating dinner today.
Don't tell me. Is it another drinking session?
No, I'm doing overtime today. I'll get something at the convenience store, so don't worry.
All right, I got it. It looks like you have been taking a lot of overtime recently.
Well, it's reaching the year's end, after all. It's currently the most busy time of the year.
Is that so? It didn't feel like this last year, though.
Well, the amount of work that I received has increased over the year, which is the reason why my salary has increased. But this just means that I'm getting older. The number of colleagues that came after me has increased after all.
Oh, I see. Oh, that makes sense. But next month is our anniversary. Were you able to take that day off? We had plans to spend the night at a spa hotel for our anniversary. I hope you haven't forgotten about that. I already booked the entire trip, too.
Everything's going to be fine. I've already taken time off work for those days.
All right. I'm glad you were able to work that out. I went a little overboard this time and booked us a hotel that's very nice. We only get to celebrate our anniversary once a year, after all.
Wasn't that the exact same excuse you used to buy yourself a present this year?
Hey, don't call me out like that. Right. Other than that, can we talk about your credit card bills that just came in? It seems like you spent quite a bit last month. I was a little shocked when I saw the bill.
What? Did you see my bank statement?
Yeah, I thought it was mine at first and accidentally opened yours.
I see. The reason why it seems so high is because I fronted the money for some client dinners.
Is that so? So it will be reimbursed to you again then?
Yeah. But anyways, don't be looking at my letters without my permission. Make sure you check who the letter's for before you open them from now on.
What's the big deal? We're a married couple. Are you buying things that you don't want me to know about?
It's nothing like that. But if someone opens up a letter addressed to you, wouldn't you feel uncomfortable about it?
Not really. I'd have no problems if you read through any of my letters.
Well, I do, all right? You know those people who look through other people's phones without their permissions. Personally, I have a problem with that kind of behavior.
Well, phones are different. Those have personal conversations with friends and things like that. So I don't agree with snooping around in other people's phones either.
Right. Men will be men, and we check out naughty websites now and then, you know?
Whoa, that's way too much information.
See? It's best for us both if we don't know, right?
So does that mean you look at those sites too?
Well, I am a man at the end of the day. I will admit that I take a peek at those sites now and then.
Even when you have me?
True, but that's that, and this is this. I don't expect you to get it though.
Well, I guess I do occasionally visit strange websites as well, so I can kind of understand what you mean.
What do you mean by strange websites?
Don't ask me that.
Well, now you have even me more curious. Are you maybe browsing dating websites?
No way! Why would you even ask me that? I'm a happily married woman. I have absolutely no business being on sites like that.
I mean, I was wondering what kind of websites you mean when you say strange websites.
It's nothing much, really. Sometimes I just browse around, looking up random things. And I thought that it would be pretty embarrassing if you knew what I was looking up. Oh, by the way, what do you want to do for the holiday seasons this year? Should we visit your parents?
Did you just change the subject?
Oh, just let it go already. So, what are our plans? Did your mom say anything regarding this?
No, she hasn't said anything to me. But honestly, we don't have to go back every year, right? We went back for Thanksgiving after all.
Well, I would like to take the time to relax at home without having to travel here and there. But you should at least contact your mom about it. Make sure to ask whether it's fine if we don't visit for the holidays this year.
I got it. I'll ask about it later.
Yep. Please take care of it. All right then. Good luck with your overtime. Dinner will be ready for you when you get home. And be careful on your way back.
I'm sorry, Sarah.
What? What's wrong? Didn't you just text me you will be late today?
It's not that. I understand this week is our anniversary celebration, but could we cancel it?
What? Why?
Mother fell over in the kitchen.
Mother did what? Is she okay?
It seems like she overdid herself, but she will be fine after a few days of rest.
So that's what happened. Make sure to bring her to the hospital for a checkup, okay?
I will. Well, it seems like she wasn't sick or anything. It's more her accumulating a lot of fatigue. But I'm kind of worried, so I'll be at my parents' for a few days.
I see. If that's the case, then everything is fine.
I am so sorry, dear. You were looking forward to this spa trip and had really booked everything in advance. I feel so bad about it.
Never mind that. Just be beside your mother and make sure she is okay. We can always celebrate our anniversary next year. By the way, isn't it better if I were to be there for her too?
No, it's okay. You should rest well at home. You already took time off of work, didn't you?
I still have paid vacation left over. If I want to rest, I can just take them.
After all this effort, I think it would be best for you to just stay home and rest. Even if you come here, you have to rush here and there since your paid vacation only lasts for a few days. So don't worry, as everything at my parents' will be fine as long as I am here.
Would everything really be okay? Doesn't your dad need someone to cook for him? And Mom would also need someone to help her take care of things around the house.
Everything will be fine. That's why I returned home after all. Oh, but Mom will be untactable for a few days as she won't be able to reply for a while. Please contact me if you need anything.
I understand. Then please help me tell your mom to take care and not to push herself too hard. And if she has any requests, feel free to let me know.
Yeah, I will let her know. I'll take a break starting tomorrow anyways. So, I got to quickly take care of my work before returning home.
Should I prepare your luggage for the overnight stay? If you are staying over at your parents' house for a few days, you need a change of clothes, right?
No, I will do it myself, so it's okay. Just setting out the suitcases will do.
Okay. I will call to cancel the trip, so don't you worry about that.
Sorry. You were really looking forward to having this trip.
Don't worry about it. I will be fine. Now good luck with the rest of your work. Hey, Eric. Answer the phone this instant.
I'll call back later.
Why not? You are at your parents' house right now, aren't you? Why can't you pick up the phone? It's urgent, so please pick up the phone right now.
I'm busy taking care of my mother, so I can't call right now.
Taking care of your mother? What's the situation now?
Her health is deteriorating, and I'm having a hard time taking care of her. Anyways, I'll contact you when everything settles down. Please be considerate while I'm at my parents' house.
Deteriorating? Isn't your mother cooking right now? What in the world should I be considerate about?
Huh? What do you mean by cooking?
What I meant was your mother is currently at our house.
What are you talking about? That is impossible.
If you don't believe me, why don't we make a video call right now?
Why would my mom, who isn't feeling well, go to our house?
It seems like she got into a fight with your father. They came here to play while sightseeing.
Is that true?
You are the one to know best if it's a truth or a lie, don't you? So, what's going on? Your mother looks so energetic and healthy, and she says her health hasn't deteriorated not even once this year.
That? No, it's a misunderstanding. My father is the one who wasn't feeling well.
Oh? Your mother fought with your father in the morning, though. Not only that, your father also even contacted your mother to ask for her forgiveness.
No. What I meant was, how should I put it?
Stop with the stupid lies! So what is going on here? What in the world are you doing right now, and where are you?
I will come home immediately.
Are you deaf? Where are you is what I'm asking about.
That, after coming home, we will talk about it.
I will talk to your mother about everything that has happened.
Yes.
I can already predict what is currently happening. If you destroy the evidence, I will never let you off. I won't listen to any excuses. Anyway, you better spit out everything that has happened.
Sarah, are you awake?
I am awake. So have you signed the divorce papers? I want to send it out quickly.
About that, can we talk about this one more time? I am really regretting what I did.
What are you still going on about? The divorce has already been decided upon. We have already finished talking about the splitting of property.
But I really didn't expect things to end up this way. You are precious to me, Sarah. I never meant to hurt you this way, I swear.
What are you even saying? You fell in love with a girl at a bar and have been spending money on her these past few months, haven't you? What's more, you did not only use your own money, but you used our shared savings. You even canceled our anniversary trip and instead went on a trip with that girl, isn't that right? Honestly, how can you say that you do not deserve this divorce?
Like I said, I was not serious about that girl. It's just me playing around, that's all. I didn't really think anything is going to start with that person.
You would spend $50,000 on someone you were playing around with. Wow, that is amazing. Did you even spend that much money on me before?
I might not have spent that much.
It's not might have, but it is not have. Is that not it? And saying you were not serious about it. Didn't you go on a trip with her? Is a married man going on a trip with a woman alone normal?
They wouldn't normally go.
You might not be thinking about getting married with her, but you still have to do the right thing while in a relationship. Otherwise, you wouldn't even go on a trip together, right?
No, but I haven't done anything wrong. I did not even touch her.
How could I possibly trust you now?
Well, I was a late bloomer in terms of relationships. So I am not the type to hit on girls.
A married man who went on a trip with another woman has zero credibility.
Sarah, please trust me. I didn't want to end this relationship with you, and I never even thought of it. It's like I was being possessed, and I couldn't think straight. You got to believe in me.
You being possessed or not, what doesn't have anything to do with what is going on? I was worried when you might be falling sick when you were working overtime. You were actually going to the bar and having a great time, weren't you?
I wouldn't say it was fun. Rather, I was taking a break.
Canceling your once-in-a-year wedding anniversary trip and going off to play with your girlfriend. Not even that, using the savings money meant for our future home wasn't bad enough. This much was excessive enough for me. It is impossible for me to live with such a partner.
I will return the money I have used. I will plan our anniversary trip and do everything from the planning to the reservations.
What? Did you think I would want to go on a trip with you after all that?
Then how can I make you forgive me? I have reflected on it so much.
It's not even a matter of you returning the money or celebrating our anniversary. Not long ago, didn't you send a message online to a girl who was barely 20 saying, "I love you"? Using thousands of dollars and lying to his wife about his parents being sick so he could go on a trip with his girlfriend. It is so disgusting. I do not think I can live with such a person. I really regret and even feel bad for myself for marrying you.
Please don't say that. There was no emotions in that relationship. It was really just a little game. The only one I truly love is you.
Stop right there! It will only piss me off when you tell me you love me. What do you mean by it's a game? Even to the point of betraying your wife?
I am in the wrong.
I am very well aware that you are in the wrong. I really can't take this anymore. I can't deal with you, Eric.
Please consider one more time. I know you really don't feel like hearing me out. I really want to be with you for the rest of my life, Sarah.
Remember what I said earlier about me looking at strange websites?
Huh? It's the one you didn't tell me about.
From that time, I was already suspecting you of being unfaithful in our relationship. You were giving off a different vibe than usual and acting very strange. When you kept coming home late, it got me thinking. It resorted to me using various websites to check if my husband is having an affair. I was originally looking at websites that helped me make sure I wasn't boring enough for you. But when I saw you and that girl's exchange online, the many lies you spoke made me give up on you.
Sarah, I'm sorry.
That's how my feelings for you died. That is why I do not want to have anything to do with you anymore, Eric. I can't trust anything you say. I lost both love and the care I had for you.
I am sorry. I am really sorry. I admit my mistakes. I will never let you get hurt again, so please. From now on, I will always put you first, I promise.
I can no longer believe in what you say. That is why I am leaving you. From the start, I truly believed that we were good for each other. But all that trust was destroyed by you. Using your parents as an excuse, canceling our anniversary trip to play with another girl. Everything was done by you, wasn't it? From now on, you can do whatever you like. I won't blame you. Because to you, your game was more important than your family, wasn't it? Even after that, my husband still refused to sign the divorce papers because he did not want to go through with it. Therefore, with the help of my in-laws, I managed to get a divorce the other day. Also, the amount of money he spent from our savings and on the girl was paid back along with the alimony. However, it seems like the money I had since I was single was put into the savings, so my in-laws paid me back that money as well. I heard that Eric has to repay his debt to his in-laws every month. Naturally, this means that Eric, who is almost penniless, is no longer able to visit bars and now only commutes between work and home. It seems like he thinks that if he lives an honest life, he will be forgiven someday. But in all honesty, I never want to see his face ever again. Whatever the case, I have no intention of remarrying him. He seems to be delusional that he can go ahead and waste his own time. I think he should just continue repaying the debt that my in-laws have taken over for me. After the divorce, I changed jobs and moved to another state. I am still getting used to life in a new environment, but thanks to the business of it all, I am able to live my life without worrying about the small things. I do not regret divorcing Eric and have no feelings for him left. But I still carry a piece of me that still hurts whenever I think of him. The wound that he left on my heart has not healed, and I think it will take time. However, I will try my best to do what I can now. And I anticipate a new, fun, and fulfilling life as I look forward and move on to the next chapter of my life.
Hey there, Pam. I was just curious if you're done working already.
Oh, hey, Greg. Yeah, I actually am just getting home right now.
Nice. I hope you had a good day.
It was all right. Thanks for asking. What about you? Are you home?
I'm actually still on the bus heading home right now.
Oh, I see. Well, I hope that you're doing okay. Is there something you wanted to ask me about?
Well, you know how you and I were talking about finding a new place to live now that you and I are married.
Yeah, of course I do. We said that we were going to go talk to a real estate agent in a couple of weeks, right?
Yeah, I know we said we were going to do that, but maybe we shouldn't.
Oh, you don't want to go and talk to someone about buying a house? Why? Did something happen? What are we going to do about a house? Because I don't think that your apartment is going to be big enough to fit us both and still be comfortable.
Yeah, you're right about my apartment. It's just, it wouldn't work for you and I.
I know that, but then what are you suggesting? Because I really do think that we need to find a place to live together soon.
I know, and I still think we can look around for what's on the market, but I also think that a house for you and I just isn't the only option.
Oh, really? Well, then what other options are you thinking of?
I was thinking that we could always just move into your house. I mean, you do have plenty of room there, right?
But I thought you were always complaining about how old that house is, right?
Sure, it might be a little old, but it's not like we can't still live there. And besides, it would save us the trouble of having to shop around since you already own it, right?
I mean, I guess you're right. I did inherit it after my grandma passed away.
Yeah, you said that the house went to you and not your parents, right? So why bother looking for a new place?
Yeah, my parents were already living somewhere else and said they didn't need it. But ever since my grandma died, no one's been living there and it's been getting older. So I guess if you're really fine living in such an old place, then we could make it work. I mean, I just agreed to take it on thinking we might be able to flip it when we bought our house together.
Yeah, but I really don't see why you and I wouldn't just be able to live there with each other. I mean, if we were worried about space, that house has plenty of it. I really think that we should just move in there.
Are you sure about this? You really want to live in my grandma's old house? Even though it's so old, you really don't mind at all?
I really don't care at all about how old it is. I think that we have a place and we should just take advantage of it. I mean, we'd save so much money not having to pay rent or mortgage on some new place. I think there's more reason to live there than to not.
I get that, but there's going to be money we'll have to spend renovating the house a bit. And so I'm not sure how beneficial it will ultimately be in the end. Not to mention it's about a half-hour drive to the city from there.
Yeah, but I think if we tried to get a place like that in the city, that would cost so much more, right? And we shouldn't just let a house that you already own go to waste.
I suppose you do have a point there, Greg. I was pretty shocked when we were looking at the prices in the city. I guess it really is a good thing that I agreed to take the house.
Exactly. If anything, you should keep it for your grandma. She wanted you to have the house, and we should respect that. So let's move in there. Don't you think that's what your grandma would have wanted you to do, Pam?
Well, she did arrange for me to have it, so I guess that must mean she wanted me to live here. And I won't lie, I do like the style of the house. Not to mention it would be much more fun moving into a place with so much space. And it's just been such a hassle looking for a new place to move into.
That's what I'm saying. We would love to move in that house once we fix it up. There's so much space and potential. It's perfect.
It really is true. I mean, there used to be 4 people living in that house when my grandma and mom were younger. But it was way too big for my grandma to live in and too big for me, too.
Well then, it sounds like it's perfect for us, however many kids we might have in the future.
You know, you drive a hard bargain, Greg, but I really like the idea of keeping the house my grandma lived in occupied with her family.
Of course, the house is like a part of your family at this point. It would be just a shame to sell it to someone else. Besides, I'm sure that your grandma would be very happy knowing that we wanted to keep it.
Okay, you've convinced me.
So then, you really want to live there with me? This is great. I'll talk to my building manager and cancel my lease so that we can make the move.
Got it, you do that. And let me know if you need any help packing up and moving things.
Yeah, I probably will have to ask you for some help there. I have a bunch of stuff that I should get rid of before the move. I know that we're going to have more space, but there's no use in cluttering it up with my crap.
Well, I certainly won't argue with that. Besides, moving is always a good chance to do some cleaning. So anyways, just let me know what the timeline for the move is going to look like, and I'll be there when you need me. I'm really looking forward to this.
Hey there, Pam. Hope you're having a good night.
Are you finally done with work, Greg?
Yeah, I'm just finishing up at the office, and I'm going to be heading home soon.
Well, I'm really sorry that you got kept so late today, but I made you dinner, so hurry home and eat.
Oh, thank you, but you didn't have to go out and do that. Besides, I was just going to stop by my mom's house on the way back, actually.
Oh, really? You're going to visit your mom again? You've been going there every day for a while now, no?
I know, but it's my mom. She keeps inviting me over to her place.
I see. So then I guess you're going to be having dinner with her again?
Yeah, I think so. I'm sorry about all this, but it will be dinner time by the time I get back there.
I know, but I'm just getting a little tired of eating by myself, you know?
I know, but it's not like I can just turn down my mom, you know. She's been living on her own since Dad passed away 5 years ago.
Well, I get that she might be feeling a little lonely these days, but maybe you could just go and visit her a little less and spend some more time at home.
Are you really that upset with me for going to visit my mom like this?
Well, maybe things might be different if your mom and I got along better, but she's always trying to do things to get under my skin, and I feel like this might be another instance of that. I don't know. I have a bad feeling about this.
You think my mom is inviting me to her house to annoy you? I'm sorry, but my mom is just not that kind of person at all.
And I know that to you that really might seem true, but that's not been my experience. When we're alone, she tells me that I look plain or ugly, and she says all kinds of mean things. I just don't get why she feels the need to talk to me like that when I haven't done anything to her.
I think what you need to remember is that my mom was really pretty when she was younger. And you, well, I guess you don't have the same aesthetics. I think that my mom thinks women should be dressing up and wearing jewelry and stuff like that.
I get that, and I can appreciate that your mom has nice tastes. But I don't think that it's right for her to expect everyone to conform to them. Also, please don't ever ask me to cook for your mom again.
Oh, come on. What's wrong with that? It's just cooking.
What's wrong is that your mom always tells me how terrible my food tasted later. I've told you about this. You know that she does this to me.
Well, I mean, it's not exactly a lie, right? She's not wrong about your cooking.
Are you kidding me, Greg? What makes you say that?
It's just that your kind of cooking is like living in a Great Depression or something. Why do you have to pickle everything? It's like you don't know that refrigeration exists, and we always have to eat pickled or boiled food all the time.
I'm sorry that I have a hobby and enjoy making homemade food that we can enjoy. In fact, I'll have you know that it was my grandma from whom I inherited the house that I learned how to pickle things in the first place. You're the one talking about how we should respect my grandmother's memory, so why should that not include her recipes?
Look, I'm not the one who has complaints about your cooking, okay? But if you're going to cook like that, expect people to make comments. Besides, you know that my mom's tastes are just a little more refined. She doesn't want to eat like she's living on a farm.
I still don't think that she should be complaining to me at all. I took the time to think of a recipe, got the ingredients, cooked it all for her to eat. The least she could do is keep her comments to herself.
Okay. I think we're getting away from the main point here. Why do you always get like this when talking about my mom? And can't you understand that I'm still my mom's son? If she invites me to her place, I can't just tell her that I'm not going to go. Please try to understand.
I get that, but I just want you at home earlier, okay?
Okay, I understand that. And that's why I said, I promise that I'll try to make sure that I get home earlier from now on.
Hey, Greg, do you know anything about all these big boxes that are being delivered to our place?
Are they finally arriving? Yeah, those are all my mom's things. I had them sent over from her house. Can you take all of those to the second floor for me, please?
Hold on a second. Why are your mom's things being sent to our house?
Well, because as of today, my mom is going to be moving in with us, of course. So could you please give me a hand getting her things ready?
Excuse me? Since when was this a thing?
Today, I'm on my home with my mom in my car right now, actually.
I thought that you were just going to work today, and what is going on? You never told me your mom was moving in with us.
Well, that's because I knew that if I told you about it, that you would argue with me. I thought if I just waited until the day, you wouldn't be able to say no.
Do you have any idea how unfair and sneaky that is? What is the matter with you?
It's not my fault. You weren't giving me any other choice with how upset you get over my mom.
I wasn't trying to get upset, but I was just letting you know how I was feeling. And besides, what I was telling you was that your mom is really mean to me, so why would I want her living with us?
That's the point. I knew that you wouldn't want it, and so that's why I had to do things like this. Besides, I am sure that the two of you will get along when we're all living together.
I don't care what you think. That is not a risk that you had any right to take. If you wanted your mom to move in with us, then you should have brought it up and talked to me about it.
But it was my mom who suggested moving in with us in the first place. She wanted us to live together. I couldn't just say no to her, and besides, she needs someone who is going to be able to look after her. Plus, you were getting mad about how much time I was spending at her place, but now you don't have to worry about that anymore.
This is not what I was expecting you to do to fix that. Greg, this is not going to work. I am not going to live with your mom.
I really had no idea that you disliked my mom this much. You're her daughter-in-law. You should be trying to get along with her better. Please, can't you just try to make things work with my mom? Pam, for me?
You have no idea just how badly I've been hurt by the way your mom treats me. I've been able to put up with it for this long, but I don't know how I'm going to stand this.
I think you're just being overdramatic, Pam. Where's your charitable spirit? It isn't like we don't have room for her.
This is so much bigger than just your mom, Greg. How could you just go behind my back to do this? Why did you just put your mom before me like this?
Look, this has nothing to do with choosing one over the other. I don't get why women always have to turn things into some kind of contest. The point is that my mom is your mother-in-law, and you should be respectful of her.
Oh, so you think that I'm just being an unreasonable woman? And why would she come to live with us when your mom's house is much nicer than this one?
I know it's nice, but she can't live there anymore. My mom racked up a lot of debt and is going to have to sell the house to pay it all off. It's not just the house, you know. My mom has had to sell a bunch of her stuff as well.
So your mom is in so much debt that she's having to sell her house? How did this even happen?
I think my mom just never really learned how to spend and save money, and after my dad died, she treated herself to too many shopping sprees.
I knew that your mom liked shopping, but I had no idea things were so bad.
Well, it's true, although it still isn't enough to pay back it all, so I want to help my mom pay it back. I want us to help.
And why is paying back your mom's debt something that we should have to do?
Pam, you know that my mom only gets retirement money now. That's barely enough to cover the expenses she needs to live.
And so we're supposed to cover for your mom because she couldn't keep herself from the mall? We were talking about raising children in this house, Greg. How are we going to do that while taking care of your mom?
But there's plenty of room in the house. It'll be fine.
You are being ridiculous and not listening to me at all. I can't talk to you like this.
Are you still really not coming home? Why can't you just grow up and come back?
I'm staying with a friend tonight, if you must know. I don't want to go back there as long as your mom is there.
I can't believe that you're acting like this. Why are you doing this?
Nothing you say is going to change my mind, Greg. You can't force me to do this.
Well, if you don't want to live with my mom, then maybe we should be separated. But are you sure that you want to lose this house?
Oh, don't worry, I won't be the one losing the house, and you won't be able to stay there forever either.
What do you mean? What are you talking about?
You mean you still haven't figured it out? That house is being demolished for development plans next year.
Wait, what? When was this decided? I didn't know this was happening.
Well, I was going to talk to you about it, but you were never at home. So I never had the chance to explain this to you, but yes, we got a notice in the mail about having to move out soon.
But they can't just kick us out of the house. You would have had to sell a plot of the land to the development company for this kind of notice to come.
That's right, and that's what I did.
What in the world were you thinking?
I own the house, and I am free to do what I want with it.
But we were supposed to live there. Where are we going to live now?
Oh, I don't care at all where you're going to live, Greg. But as for me, I'm going to take the money I got from selling the house and move into a new place. And you can go and find a new place to live with your mom and not me.
So that's it then? We're just going to keep living apart like this?
No, that isn't right either. You and I are going to be getting a divorce, if you must know.
What? How can you say that? That's taking things too far. Why would we get a divorce?
We're getting a divorce because you pushed me out of my house and I can't live with you anymore.
That isn't what happened at all, and you know it.
Of course it is. You knew that you could get me to leave by bringing your mom to live with us. You only ever had your eyes on that house, but I wasn't going to let you get away with stealing it that easily. So if you want to live apart like this, that's fine. But we're not going to be doing it as husband and wife, I can tell you that much.
Oh, come on. Can't we just talk this out? Don't you think this is getting a bit ridiculous? You know that I don't want to live apart from you or get divorced.
Sounds to me like you're only saying what will work in the moment. But I don't care what you have to say. I don't want anything to do with you anymore.
But then, what about my mom's debt? What is she supposed to do?
Why do you think that should be my problem?
But we were supposed to help take care of her together.
According to who? You? Because I never agreed to any of that. You were the one that just announced that your mom would be moving into my house. Well, I'm not putting up with you or her or any of this anymore. So have a nice life, Greg.
Wait, no, please. You can't do this to me. I don't want to get a divorce. Pam, can't we just talk this out? Hello? Are you even reading these messages anymore? Pam, are you there?
After that, I hired a divorce lawyer and was able to end my marriage to Greg. I heard that Greg and his mom ended up moving into a small apartment together. Greg's mom never managed to get a hold on her spending, and her debt only grew while they were together. Greg had to work more and more hours to try and help pay off his mom's debt, and eventually he collapsed from exhaustion. Things only continued to get worse for the two of them after that. I've heard through the grapevine that the cops have been called several times to their place because of shouting. Eventually, they were both kicked out, and that's when Greg came crying back to me. Of course, by then, I had already remarried and wanted nothing to do with him. Greg left with his tail between his legs and never bothered me again.